Thank you for joining us on Flannel Punk Radio. I'm your host, Corey Milton. Today's interview comes from Remember Sports, who are in town at the Sanctuary in Detroit for their 2023 tour. I want to start with you guys introducing yourselves. So how would you introduce Remember Sports to somebody who's not familiar with your music?
That's a good question. I don't think I have a good answer, though. I usually say when we play, like, rock music or pop punk or sometimes indie music, but I don't necessarily think any of those are great descriptors.
I'd say fast, upbeat pop music.
The band's had a couple of different members in the past. How did everybody meet here? Everybody in the band currently meet?
Well, the three of us, me, Jack, and Catherine, went to college together, and so that's how we met. And we started playing together there with some of our other friends. And then it's always been drummers that we've had come and go. So Julian, who's playing with us tonight, is our fourth drummer I think we've played with consistently. And we've been playing with him for, I guess, probably a year or so now. And he's been in a lot of bands before and has done a lot of touring. And so it's been really great to, travel and play with somebody who kind of knows how it works and what he's doing and stuff. And also he's a really good drummer. So.
He also recorded our last, he and another person together recorded our last album. So he was already kind of immersed in the world of our music, so it sort of made sense to bring him in.
Which was Leap Year, right?
Like a Stone, the last full record.
Gotcha. Yep. And that leads me to the next question. Which college was this?
We went to Kenyon College in Ohio.
And then that leads me to my favorite question. What you major in?
I majored in religious studies.
I majored in English.
I majored in political science.
Very cool. You guys have been doing music for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
What has the evolution of the band been like in those 10 years?
Well, I know Catherine and Jack have been playing music a lot longer than that, and I sort of have too, but I feel like in the last 10 years since we've been playing together, I feel like I've gotten a lot better as a musician, like technically, and I think they have too, and it's been a real growth, I guess, learning process. Just like every album, I feel like I learn a little bit more, so that's cool.
Like each successive album that we've made incorporates more different styles as the years go on. I don't know, like the early stuff was very much in one lane, and I think there's more diversity in how the songs sound as the years go on.
Yeah, I think we have started to figure out more how to play together and collaborate and stuff like that.
What's your favorite tour memory?
I have so many good ones and so many bad ones. Do you guys have one in mind?
We've played in Austin, Texas a few times, and there's this place called Barton Springs in Austin, which is this huge municipal pool that's fed by a spring. So it's, all spring water in this Olympic-sized swimming pool, and we swam there in a day off in Austin, and I see it in my dreams. I loved it so much.
It's a good question, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to think of a specific one.
Yeah. I think anytime we have time to stop somewhere and do something has been really good, because usually we're just going through places and we don't have a lot of time to hang out or do anything that fun. So like we have a day off tomorrow, which is nice. We're all looking forward to it, I think.
Where are you going to be during that day off?
We're going to the dunes on Lake Michigan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Cool. Did you like it?
Yeah, it's it's pretty fun walking up certain dunes. You're gonna rent any dune buggies or?
I don't think so. Probably just look at. Well, I guess we could. We haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
It's on the table, I suppose.
Yeah.
Bring extra socks.
Okay.
Okay.
Why extra socks?
Because you're gonna get sand in them.
Doy, yeah.
What about favorite fan moments?
Someone in our first show of this tour was in Boston, and someone made us. We all have these matching
yeah.
bracelets. They're like very nice beads. There's some dice and stars, and it says sports on it. And just
And hearts
anytime-
and butterflies. And the color scheme is red, white, and black.
Yeah.
Just painting a picture.
Yeah. It's a,
Yeah. Picture, yeah.
yeah.
Imagine this. When did you all first get into music?
I played a few different instruments when I was a kid. I played violin when I was very young, and I don't remember how to play it at all. And I took piano lessons here and there, but it wasn't really till I was like 15 or so when my mom had a guitar because she took lessons earlier in her life but did not stick with it, so I decided to try to play some of the music I was listening to on my guitar, and I would just look up chords on the internet, and I sort of learned what I know that way. So yeah, I'm self-taught basically. But yeah, so I've been playing since I was about 15.
I started playing guitar when I was pretty little, and I was pretty consistently into music throughout my childhood, and playing in bands associated with the school, and then with friends more casually outside of school, kind of all through middle and high school.
My mom is a musician, and so she just was always very encouraging about getting me into trying different instruments and stuff like that. So I kind of, since I can remember, I was just like, tinkering away.
What was the most challenging album to make?
Most challenging what?
Album to make.
Probably Slow Buzz, the third album, I would say. It was just an intense experience, and we were like kind of doing it ourselves, like with a friend of ours, and I think we were all just kind of making it up as we went along.
Yeah.
We'd really wanted. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
We'd wanted to, at the time, wanted to try the what felt like the very professional band thing of holing up in a place, a pretty remote place for a long period of time. We were in this very remote town in upstate New York for 2 weeks, and I think that was a little bit more fun in theory. I don't know. There were some good memories, but I think it was I don't think we're rushing to do exactly that again.
Yeah, it just was a lot. And also we put out 2 albums before that, and one of them we just made in college, and the other one we made right after we graduated college, and we didn't really intend for them to be, I guess, as widely listened to as they ended up being. So Slow Buzz was our first one where we sort of had an audience in mind, and I think that made me pretty nervous, and I wanted to try to make everything as perfect as I could get it, and I've since learned I don't think that's a really good way to go about making things. So it just it's a learning experience. It's a really special album, and we're proud of it. It just was hard.
So this interview is going to be used as talk sets for a 1-hour show that I'm going to be doing, and interlaced with music. And I want you guys to each pick the next song that I'm going to be playing.
Cool.
Oh, very cool.
So whichever one of you wants to start. Let me know the band name and the song.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Is there a theme to the?
I try to keep things similar genres, similar DIY, power pop punkish.
Okay.
Cool.
That.
Well, we're touring with a really great band right now called the Ophelias. So that's the first band that came to my mind. Their song Grand Canyon is my pick.
Okay, I'm gonna do one that I know that Carmen and I both love. I'm scrolling through my phone. "Emotional" by Rilo Kiley. It's a song that is really good, and it's a B-side, so I think it is not as known as some of their other songs, but to me it's every bit as good.
Yeah, Rilo Kiley is like a big reason why I play music now.
I will pick the song "Indigo" by the band Sweet Dreams Nadine. Our drummer Julian also plays in that band, and they're the best. I love them.
The next couple of questions are going to be asked by Hillary Catella and Nicholas Harrington, students of the WPHS radio program.
I wanted to know if you had any background in singing before starting your band.
Funny you ask. It's not really funny. You can cut that part. I am a little. I don't love telling people about my musical theater background, but because it's a little dorky. But I really do love musical theater, and I did a lot of that when I was in middle school and in high school. That's just, I just loved to sing when I was growing up. That was like it was an easy way to get into it. There were always plays going on at school or whatever, and it was like a good way to make friends. And I think it was really good for like my confidence and my self-esteem to do that. And then when I got to college, I guess in high school I started listening to a lot of like alternative music, and got really interested in playing guitar and like writing my own songs. I sort of lost interest in musical theater, but I still love musicals and Broadway.
And then you mentioned playing musical instruments throughout middle school and high school.
Mm-hmm.
What instruments were those?
Yeah, guitar was the first and most consistent one. I started when I was, I think, 8, and it's been pretty consistent since then. And then I also did percussion and drums, and I was in like the percussion section of the concert band and things like that. Yeah.
And then you mentioned sightseeing was like one of your favorite memories. So what is like the best place that you've seen so far on tour?
I really love Montreal. It's one of my favorite places to play. The city is just really cool and has a great vibe, and I just like love looking in all the cute little restaurants and people speaking French. I really love going to Montreal.
She did a zip line once over the city.
I did.
Ooh.
It was fun.
Nick, did you want to ask anything?
Yes. What did you do to advertise? Like, how did you go from 0 listeners to how many you have?
It sort of happened by accident. I mean, not totally accident, because we still, we had been playing together at college, and we wanted to record an album just because, we were different grades and we were graduating and whatnot, and we put it on Bandcamp, and just sort of got around by like really organically. Like, we sent it to our friends and family and stuff like that, but we didn't really intend to get as much attention, I think, as we initially did. And like, I never thought I would be doing this after college. It happened pretty easily. But since then, it's been a lot of work, like, you know, keeping our name out there and like keep making music, and touring and stuff like that. So it's been interesting to sort of learn that side of it, which isn't as fun to me as playing, but is like important to like get people to listen to you.
What is your favorite song to perform live?
My favorite is Out Loud.
Is that everyone's?
I also like Out Loud. I'd also say Pinky Ring. Both those songs are off our most recent album, Like a Stone. And we have a new one called Cut Fruit we've been playing on this tour that has been really fun as well.
Thinking pretty hard about it. I like playing Materialistic. It's just a change of pace from the rest of the set, usually. Feels good.
Talk to me about your new song, Supervisions. Did I say that right? I didn't say that right.
Yeah,
did I?
Supervise.
Supervise.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
Supervise.
okay. So we made that EP a little over a year ago after not having really done music together for a while. Catherine and I live in Philadelphia, and Jack lived in Philadelphia and lives in Rochester, New York now. So we weren't really in the same place, and it was the first time we'd really gotten together since the pandemic to work on new stuff. So most of the songs on that EP, we sort of started off a different way than we usually work together, which is that we play things, we try them out on tour and at shows and stuff, but in this case, we really relied on using the drum machine and sort of other stuff on the computer to sort of start building the song. So it was cool to come at it from sort of a different direction than we usually do.
And then my last question is, what advice do you all have for young musicians, up-and-coming artists?
Play all the time, whenever you can, and be really nice to everyone who helps you and supports you.
I would say it's a fun and nice thing to do to get a like little cheapo setup for recording yourself, and there's lots of free programs that you can get to like just like make little recordings and stuff. I found that like very motivating and fun to do, like when I was starting to play music.
Yeah, if your songs are good, it doesn't matter how good the recording sounds. It can sound bad, and it'll still be a good song.
Give it character.
Yeah,
It's just nice to make a little document of it.
that's how you learn.
I don't know, I'm thinking about a number of people, friends of mine who make music, but it's very much for themselves and not necessarily shared. And I don't know, I think trying to not putting pressure on yourself to make something presentable to other people, and not even feeling like that has to be a part of it if you don't want it to. It can be just a private thing that you do because it feels good, and that's its own reward.
Cool. Thank you guys. That's the end of this interview, but you guys have made some really amazing music over the
thank you.
past 10 years. I find it really resonates with me, and I know it does the same for a lot of other people. So just thank you guys for doing what you've been doing for the past 10 years.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
That's
Thank
really
you.
nice.
Yeah, really.